The crisp morning air in St. Moritz has a special kind of energy. It's the kind of air that promises adventure. Today, our adventure begins at a train station. But this isn't just any train. We are about to board the world-famous Glacier Express. They call it an express train, but you'll soon learn that's a bit of an inside joke. This journey is all about the experience, not the speed. Stepping onto the train, you immediately feel the sense of occasion. The carriages are modern, clean, and designed for one purpose: sightseeing. We find our reserved seats comfortable and facing massive panoramic windows that curve up into the ceiling. This is key. You aren't just looking out a side window, you are practically inside the landscape. Fellow travelers settle in, excited chatter in many languages, couples, families, solo adventurers. The train gives a gentle lurch. We glide away from the station, leaving St. Moritz behind for wild mountain beauty. The Glacier Express's reputation precedes it. For nearly a century it's connected some of Switzerland's most dramatic landscapes. It crosses 291 bridges. It passes through 91 tunnels. It winds from the eastern to the western Swiss Alps, a ribbon of steel through breathtaking terrain. People don't ride to get from point A to point B quickly. They ride to be amazed. They ride to sit back, relax, and watch a full day of scenery unfold. The train is a destination itself, a slow-moving bubble of comfort to immerse in nature. As we pull away, the journey begins subtly. We glide past charming Swiss villages with wooden chalets and flower boxes. The landscape opens to lush green valleys and the first hints of towering peaks. The train provides headphones. A gentle voice explains what we see. A historic castle on a distant hill. The valley's geology explained. This is not passive, engaging, educational, incredibly scenic. We're just getting started. The promise of the Glacier Express is being fulfilled. The world outside our window is a masterpiece. We have the best seats in the house. What truly sets the Glacier Express apart are its magnificent panoramic windows. These are not your standard train windows. They are vast panes of glass that extend from the side of the carriage all the way up into the roof. This clever design means your view is never obstructed. You can look straight up and see the jagged, snow-dusted peaks towering above. You can gaze down into deep, emerald green valleys without craning your neck. It feels like floating through the Alps in a bubble of glass. It's an immersive experience cars or regular trains can't match. As we travel, the light changes, casting different moods. One moment a peak shines in brilliant sunlight, the next a dramatic shadow falls across a hillside. Every twist and turn reveals a new vista through the giant windows. You find yourself pointing and saying, "Look at that!" The journey lasts around 8 hours, but the time flies. The changing scenery keeps you mesmerized. We leave Engadine Valley with its serene lakes, then climb into more rugged terrain. The train follows turquoise rivers fed by glacial melt. We pass dense larch and pine forests against distant white glaciers, and a majestic eagle soaring above the peaks. It's a full sensory experience. There is no bad seat. Everyone has a front row view. The train becomes a quiet, comfortable observation deck. Lean back, sip a coffee, and watch the world go by. The gentle rocking, the hum of the wheels, and the parade of landscapes create a meditative state. You're not looking at pictures. You're moving through the Alps in real time. This is the magic of the panoramic journey, and it's what makes this ride so special. As the journey progresses, the train begins its most dramatic ascent. We are climbing towards the Oberalp Pass, the highest point on our route. At an elevation of 2,033 meters, that's over 6,600 feet. This is where the landscape transforms into a true high alpine wonderland. The lush green valleys give way to a more stark and rugged beauty. Here the trees become sparse. The ground is covered in hardy alpine grasses. Wildflowers dot the slopes. Even in the middle of summer you can see patches of snow clinging to the shaded slopes. The air outside is thin and crisp, and the scale of everything feels grander and more powerful. The train moves slowly and steadily up the steep inclines, using a special cogwheel system to grip the track. You can hear the rhythmic clack, clack, clack of the gears engaging. Outside our panoramic windows, the world is a stunning panorama of rock, snow, and sky. We see pristine mountain lakes, their deep blue water reflecting the surrounding peaks like a perfect mirror. The scenery is wild and untamed. This is the rooftop of our journey, a breathtaking moment where you feel on top of the world. Reaching the summit of the Oberalp Pass is a major highlight. The train often makes a brief stop, allowing the powerful landscapes to fully sink in. Here, the Rhine River has its source, beginning as a small, humble stream. The view in every direction is breathtaking. Towering peaks, jagged peaks, glaciers gleaming in the sunlight. It's a moment to appreciate the raw, powerful beauty of the Alps and the incredible engineering that brought us here. After the pass, we begin our descent. The journey down is just as scenic as the journey up. The train winds its way through a series of switchbacks, tunnels, slowly losing altitude. The landscape begins to soften again as we move into the next valley. The trees reappear. Charming villages appear on the valley floor. The experience of crossing the Oberalp Pass is a complete chapter in our journey. It takes us from the green foothills into the heart of the high Alps and back down again, showcasing the incredible diversity of the Swiss landscape in just a couple of hours. It's a powerful and unforgettable part of the ride. Riding the Glacier Express is not just a journey through nature, it's a rolling tribute to incredible Swiss engineering. The route was not an easy one to build. The engineers who designed this railway had to figure out how to lay tracks through some of the most difficult mountain terrain in the world. They had to cross deep gorges, tunnel through solid rock, and navigate impossibly steep gradients. The result is a masterpiece of ingenuity. The train travels over an astonishing 291 bridges and through 91 tunnels, each one a solution to a seemingly impossible problem. Without this brilliant engineering, this spectacular journey simply would not exist. One of the most clever features of the railway is the use of spiral tunnels. When a valley is too steep for the train to climb directly, the engineers blasted a corkscrew-shaped tunnel inside the mountain itself. The train enters the tunnel, makes a full circle inside the rock, and emerges at a higher elevation, just a short distance from where it went in. From your window, it's a fascinating experience. You enter a dark tunnel, and when you come out, you find yourself looking down on the very same track you were on just minutes before. These spiral tunnels are a brilliant way to gain height in a very short distance, and they are a perfect example of Swiss problem-solving at its best. The bridges are just as impressive. Each one is uniquely designed to fit the specific gorge or valley it needs to cross. Some are towering stone viaducts with elegant arches, looking like Roman aqueducts stretched across the landscape. Others are modern steel structures engineered for strength and durability. As the train glides over these bridges, you get a thrilling bird's-eye view of the rivers and roads far below. It feels like you are flying. The construction of these bridges, often in remote and inaccessible locations, was a monumental task that required incredible skill and bravery. Every bridge we cross is a testament to the vision of those who built this line. This journey is a perfect marriage of nature and human ingenuity. The railway doesn't dominate the landscape, it works with it. Tracks curve gracefully along the contours of the mountainsides, bridges leap elegantly across the valleys, and tunnels disappear discreetly into the rock. The engineers had a deep respect for the environment they were working in, and it shows. As a passenger, you develop a real appreciation for the thought and effort that went into creating this experience. You're not just enjoying the views, you're also marveling at the incredible feat of engineering that makes it all possible. The train and the tracks are as much a part of the story as the mountains themselves. There is one moment on the Glacier Express journey that, well, everyone waits for. It's the image you see on postcards, in travel magazines, all over the internet. It is the crossing of the Landwasser Viaduct, the most famous and photogenic structure on the route. As the train approaches, excitement builds in the carriage. Cameras come out. The train makes a wide, graceful curve, revealing the viaduct just before you cross it. Towering six-arched limestone bridge growing from the cliffside. A masterpiece of early 20th century engineering. It stands 65 meters high and sweeps in a beautiful curve for 136 meters. Track leads straight from the viaduct into the Landwasser tunnel mouth carved into a sheer rock wall. The little red train glides across the bridge, then disappears into the mountain. Pure railway magic. The moment captures the Glacier Express's adventurous spirit. The bridge is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, part of the Albula Line. Crossing, you sense the height. Look straight down into the Landwasser River Gorge. The train moves slowly, letting everyone savor it, suspended between the sky and the valley floor, then plunged into tunnel darkness, transition from bright open air to the mountain's close darkness, emergence into light. Collective sigh from passengers. One of the world's most famous train crossings. More than a photo op, the heart and soul of the journey. A symbol of harmony between human creation and nature. Bold, beautiful, yet in place among the wild surroundings. It enhances the landscape with man-made elegance against the raw power of the Alps. a highlight that stays with you long after the trip, a memory that defines the Glacier Express and why it's more than just a train ride. It's one of the most charming ironies. The Glacier Express is famously known as the slowest express train in the world. And that's not a complaint, it's a badge of honor. The express part doesn't mean speed. It means direct point-to-point service with no train changes. The entire 291-kilometer journey from St. Moritz to Zermatt takes about 8 hours. If you do the math, that comes out to an average speed of only around 36 kilometers per hour, or about 22 miles per hour. In the age of high-speed rail, this pace feels wonderfully, refreshingly slow. This leisurely pace is entirely by design. The point of the Glacier Express is not to race through the Alps, but to savor them. The slow speed allows you to truly absorb the details of the landscape. You have time to spot a chamois high on a rocky ledge. You can see the intricate woodwork on a centuries-old farmhouse, or the brilliant colors of alpine wildflowers growing beside the track. If the train were speeding by, these details would be nothing but a blur. The slow journey encourages a different mindset. It forces you to slow down, to be present. The slow speed is also a necessity of the terrain. Steep gradients needing a cogwheel system, tight curves and intricate bridges. The engineering of the railway dictates the speed. This connection makes the experience feel more authentic. The train moving at the speed of the mountains. This deliberate slowness is what people love about the Glacier Express. One of the great pleasures of the Glacier Express is that you don't have to pack a picnic basket. The train is famous for its excellent onboard service, which includes the option of a multi-course meal served directly at your seat. This is not your typical train station sandwich. This is proper dining with tablecloths, real silverware, attentive staff. As the morning turns to midday, the crew comes through the carriage to set the tables. It feels wonderfully civilized and a little bit old-fashioned, like something from the golden age of train travel. Ordering lunch on the Glacier Express is an essential part of the full experience. The menu is designed to reflect the regions the train is passing through. You can enjoy classic Swiss dishes made with fresh local ingredients, perhaps start with air-dried meats from Graubünden, followed by a main course of tender meat with Rösti. The food is prepared in the onboard galley kitchen, and the quality is surprisingly high. The dishes are plated beautifully and served with care. As you enjoy your meal, the incredible alpine scenery continues to glide past your window. The service itself is impeccable. The staff are professional, friendly, multilingual. They move through the aisles with practiced ease, pouring Swiss wine, clearing plates, and making sure every passenger feels well taken care of. They are happy to explain the dishes or recommend a local wine. Even if you don't opt for the full meal, you can order drinks, coffee, and a variety of snacks throughout the journey. A glass of crisp Swiss white wine is the perfect accompaniment to the sunny afternoon views. The experience of dining on the rails connects you to the culture of Switzerland in a tangible way. You are not just seeing the country, you are tasting it. Look around the carriage of the Glacier Express and you'll see a wonderful cross-section of the world. This is not a train for just one type of traveler. Its appeal is universal. You will see couples of all ages celebrating an anniversary or sharing a romantic journey. Families with children wide-eyed with wonder. For them, it's a real-life adventure of tunnels and bridges. Groups of friends sharing laughter and new stories. Avid photographers waiting for that perfect Landwasser shot or a sun-drenched glacier. And solo travelers using the journey for reflection. The passengers come from all corners of the globe, from Japan, the United States, Australia, and all across Europe. The common language is the shared sense of awe as the scenery unfolds. Why do so many different people love this journey? I think it's because the Glacier Express offers a unique combination of adventure and comfort. It gives you the thrill of exploring a wild, remote, rugged landscape, but from the safety and warmth of a comfortable seat. Accessible beauty, an adventure and a vacation at once. Furthermore, the train ride itself is an event. It's not just about getting from St. Moritz to Zermatt. The journey is the destination. People book their tickets months, sometimes a year in advance. They plan their European vacations around this one day, a bucket list experience. The fame of the Glacier Express creates a sense of shared pilgrimage. Everyone on board knows they are part of something special, and that creates a quiet, friendly camaraderie. It's a journey for anyone who appreciates beauty, engineering, and the simple joy of a slow ride through a stunning landscape. As the afternoon light begins to fade, the landscape starts to change one last time. We have descended from the high passes and are now traveling through the Matter Valley, the final leg of our journey, a deep, narrow valley with mountains that climb straight up. Classic hamlets, weathered wooden houses clustered around church steeples. The Mater Vispa rushes with cold, milky glacial water. There's a growing sense of anticipation. We are getting close. Then you see it. Your first glimpse of the Matterhorn. It's unmistakable, that crooked, pyramid-like peak. The train continues its slow journey into the heart of Zermatt, the Matterhorn growing more majestic by the minute.